Maybe. I think I'd have the same problem with this. If I flatline them that way, maybe. I'll problem solve this into a different direction to that kind of nasty mess soon. Honestly, like, it works, but, like, if that just doesn't look like either, like, you know when you get, like, go to a butcher's and you get a bag of sausages, right? That's what this looks like to me. It's just like a coil of sausages. It's just nasty. Except getting animated more, or a better version of your character. So I want to get her to 2D. So what that would require is I probably wouldn't use the exact same model I've got because I need to improve her arms. I would need to be able to move her arms around. Like I would still probably have her sit down because honestly, I like that model a lot more than a lot of the VTubers where they stand up. But I would probably have to edit in like full-on arms, not just where her arms are, but completely redraw them to include like fully extended up above my arms, sideways, all the poses, right? And then I'd have to work out how to morph her face around to make her look like she's looking in directions and stuff, which is quite a lot of effort, honestly. And in skills that I have zero of. So it would be a lot for me to work on it. But in saying that, like, I wouldn't not try. Fucking hell, that's still hilarious. I'm actually going to move this down. Like, I still want to try to do all that stuff, but for now, I'm happy that I've got a PNG tuber, because at least I've got something for a while. Yeah. No, if I can, because, like, basically everything to do with my streaming and all my various, like, content across, like, the different socials and stuff like that, that's all me. I don't have anybody else involved in this at this time. Like, all the work put in, all the visuals, everything is me. Anytime I've got spare moment, I'm working on something. Like, this isn't just something I'm doing as a job. This is something I'm doing as a career. So, so long as I'm supported and so long as I can afford to, I'll still be doing this in a couple of years' time, so long as I can afford to do it. So I have plans for improvements. I have plans for upgrades. I have all the plans, realistically. I just have to take the time to, like, learn it and work on it and release it. Learn how to release things properly, too. That's another big thing. Yeah, I'll get there. It's just going to take a lot of work, is all. And, like, I welcome the work. I just got to learn how to do it. I should have probably kept this one indented. It kind of looked better that way. That's fine. I'll turn this around. Try to work out how to best put this room together. Hybrid approach sounds really smart. Yeah. So, like, the main thing I want to work on next over time is I want to get a slightly stronger program because I'm only using a very light program at the moment. What I want to do is I want to add, like, other expressions and stuff like that to my current thing so that, like, when I'm experiencing certain things, I can change her expression and stuff to match. At least then... What? Holy shit.
What the fuck?
Holy fuck. Monkey, what is it with you and your dramatic timing? Thank you for 150 bits, but holy fuck. As I was saying, was, yeah, I want to add in, like, range of faces and stuff like that so, like, I can emote better. I want to make it that, like, when I talk and stuff like that, there's a little bit more animation to me. Like, I'm happy having a low-level PNG for a year or 2 years or something like that while I add on to her, while I learn how to do all the other stuff. Because, like, I've already watched through a bunch of tutorials and stuff, and the 2D PNG, or the 2D VTuber, not impossible. Definitely within my, like, ability to probably learn and do. It's the face that's the hardest for me to warp. I find it very difficult to look at an image and warp it and have it still look like an expression without it looking like a warped first version of that face kind of thing. Like, it bugs me. So that's the difficult part for me. But yeah, I plan to like go through and probably do everything just over a very long period of time. Like, as I said, like my biggest factor is the fact that I will have to make sure that I can actually afford to do shit like this. Like, but yeah, as I grow anyway, that's probably not going to be much of a problem. Like, you know, the more subscribers I get, the more, what do you call it? Like bits I get, the more donations, all that sort of stuff will work out eventually. And I know that. It's just sticking with it. And sticking with it while learning the stuff too is probably the harder bit. Move that up there. I think I have to move this down by one, and that's the only way this shit's going to fit in this room. And this one's good. Look, I'm going to reinstall this right about here. Get the fuck out of my way while I'm seeing what I'm doing. This chair can also get the fuck out of my way. If somebody sits out there and has their meal and complains about the cold, it's their problem. I like his outfit. Let's see. There's another fucking buck dying over there. I swear. They don't all stop being hilarious right away. Get that way. Using basic and simple 2D to achieve in more cute effects than 3D model. Yeah, they can. It just requires like a good base model to begin with to be able to do a lot of the stuff. I don't mind some of the, like, I'm not talking about like the, I don't know what program it's called, but there is a shitty program that I don't like how it does stuff. There's, who are the 3D VTubers? There's LEEN, and there's Asora, who have fucking top-notch 3D models. Like, they move as if they're moving on the screen themselves. Like, it's beautiful. Yeah, no, I'm not interested in having, like, bouncing boobs. It's bad enough that I already have big boobs. So I definitely want to keep, like, motion to natural and, like, minimal at best. Yeah, because the other thing, too, is I don't want to deal with, like, thirsty, weird people as well. Like, especially if I want to do this for a long period of time. Like, I don't want to be dealing with, like, the thirst crowd every time I go live. I'd rather just, like, enjoy the occasional, like, innuendo or inappropriate comment or something like that. Yeah, that kind of stuff's better. Also, I don't know when Dwarf Fortress Monkey, because the same problem is I'm trying to learn how to fucking play that too. And I don't get a lot of spare time, so that hasn't really happened much. I will eventually, I just don't get to. Pretty much, if I'm not streaming, I'm working on stuff related to streaming or repurposing content elsewhere, or I'm trying to record offline content or engage with my Discord, or I'm asleep finally. So that's basically how my schedule goes. I don't have a lot of free time. Best streaming, that's the best streaming content, trying to learn how to play on stream. It's not bad as long as you've got people actually helping you to play. Because if you don't, it gets really, really tense very fast while you're like sitting there stressed. I think you could learn how to be a mechanic fast and learn Dwarf Fortress. Funny point about that is I used to do like minor upgrades and shit on cars. So yeah, I probably could learn to be a mechanic faster. Probably not very far from it. Funny thing is, when they changed cars to being electric, that's when I stopped touching them. You can fuck up a car really good and quickly that way. They are slowly moving around everything. I kind of had it right to begin with, but I'm just not... I wasn't quite happy with it. I think I could just get everything kind of pushed over. I could probably fit one extra table up in here if I'm careful. Maybe. Judged by before, I think I could fit 3 down there. I think the only problem I've got is where the lights are. It's unfortunate. Even if I brought that down by 1, that's still going to just be in the way because that has to move down by 1. Unless I just take out a couple of these central chairs, that still works. I could do that. Let's move a couple outside. I don't even know how many of these are good or masterworks or whatever. I probably should look. Making a car is a real term now. Oh, yeah. Yeah, I've heard about that. Actually, don't do that. It's fine where it is. Stop doing that. I'll be fine where that is. This can move over. Yeah, I'm... Seriously, somebody just ate at the outside table. Yeah, no, I'd be a little bit concerned in a way about, like, driving down the street and having somebody hack my car, but, I mean, what can you do? Not much, that's for certain. This here. This is the only other way I can think of getting this to fit. This sits here, that one will sit just barely there. Yeah, alright. Can't have the extra chair, that's what happens. This room layout is pissing me off. I kind of had it to begin with, and then I, like, fucked everything up. Now I'm, like, doing stuff in reverse. Yeah, no, that has to go down. I know I've spent, like, 10 fucking minutes on this, and it's annoyed me too. But I've finally fucking figured it out. If this side's going down, that side's going up. That works. Barely. It's possible. Let's see. If that's the case, I should be able to slap another table in about here. That's 2 on either side. I just don't know yet of where I'm putting the extra chairs. Slap another table somewhere here. Oh yeah, let's make sure no wild animals and stuff are attacking. Gotta do that occasionally. Alright, so that will get me a 3rd table up in here. And if I do it on that row, that in line with that, and bring this one in line with this one. So let's move you up there. I won't be able to put another seat thingy there. That'll be the only difference. Actually, no, where it is pretty much fine. It just looks awful. Yep. I'm just going to conclude that this looks awful. I hate everything about it. But that's how it works. Don't do that. I knew I'd get more tables in here, though. I knew it would happen. I just didn't know how I was going to go about it. If this one's coming in here, look at them all fucking trying to use the extra table. I'm putting that there. Somewhere there. Would it fit there? Yeah, it would. That'll fit. Let's get this over here. Yeah. Fucking chairs. Shit's blowing up. Better be boomalopes. Must admit, this is something you weren't expecting. Was like 10 minutes of chair content. None of this is going to matter a single bit when I move the town. And that's the shit that probably frustrates me the most. Okay, I think they're all spoken for. Animals are roaming because they've attacked the fences again. Like my people are fantastic for. It's going upwards. Have I got enough chairs? Probably. Big table would probably look better, but... or mosaic with the flower pot inside. Things to consider. Yeah. Look, there's a lot of different ways that this could work, but I'm trying to go for maximum chair coverage to table coverage. Because at the moment, if I could just zoom away from where we have other tables and chairs, I think that's far enough. What? 30... Alright, let's let them put it down. We have 39 chairs, so we can seat 39 people at any one time, which is a far cry from what we were doing, which was 2 tables of what, like 12, I think. At least they have tables. They have tables. If they complain that they don't have tables, that's at this point realistically their own problem. They're cutting up stuff, that's fine. Okay. So even though that's a hellhole, that's fine. We'll put more of these things in here eventually so it will look even more crowded. Should put some in here. I definitely should. I have them, so why not? What is this? A grand sculpture? Fabulous. Nothing says overkill in a kitchen like I can't fit that there. God damn it. Not in here. Oh, it still says overkill in a kitchen. That's what you need. When you're the toppest level butcher that you can possibly be, and or making kibble, you need a goddamn grand sculpture. Oh yeah, prisoners and shit. How you guys going? You're probably all ready to recruit by now. Oh yeah, what you call it, the butchering station stuff looks lovely and neat though. Like, that looks okay to me. That looks quite nice. This looks like a goddamn fucking maze nest thing. But it is accommodating the level of people I've got in a really tiny area. Usually the space that I would have for this would be double this. I'm really trying to use as much space as possible, and this is wasted at the moment. I probably should have built those special high-powered thingies up here. We got lure and what the smell in amongst here. Oh, it'd be fucking rancid. I got both you guys, but I forgot to check lures. There you are. Give me your bio. There we go. Okie. No drugs and no drugs. That's only 2 people. I'm pretty sure I haven't set anybody else yet. Better be something actually getting repaired, not something about to like break. Can never tell with these guys. Won't give you sleep. Wally just... Wally, okay. Well, holy fuck. We can... Like, I know it's not the correct pronunciation for, like, Wally, but I was calling him, like, Wall, but honestly, substitute an A for the O and we've got Wally, finally. So that's happened. I mean, we can all now definitely be excited about the fact that we've found Wally. Found a version of him, at least. Like, the sheer number of, like, names and stuff that I've got now. How am I going with this anyway? I'm, like, halfway along, probably a little bit more than halfway along the 3rd row at the moment. It's not too bad. Let's see. So 3, 3, 8. You are basically a gardener, and I'm pretty cool with that, honestly. Really do with some dedicated gardeners. Just like a whole fleet of them. You know, probably the only thing with the avatar and stuff like that is I would probably consider, if I found somebody that was a really good, what do you call it, rigger and stuff like that for a 3D one, I would probably do that versus trying to do it myself. Like, I know a couple, but like one of them's hypersexualized physics, which I don't want. And the other one is you gotta have a animal anthropomorphic character, so that's also not really mine. Although sometimes my character has like cat ears, so that's something that's coming in the future once I can do it. That'll be probably just like one of the expressions that I add onto her. Okay, I'll come back to research screen in a second. I was just about to give her like 1 on art. Even though she's like a 7, I'm pretty sure she doesn't enjoy it. Crafting. You're like fucking way out there with your crafting and researching. Holy shit, Lur. Well, let's see. 5. I'm getting a lot of people that are strong at construction, and that's great. Except I don't have a lot to build. And the things that I do have to build, like fences, my people don't seem to understand need building. It's almost like it doesn't exist. Get cat airs, get the cat people mod RimWorld. No. I knew somebody that had that. I actually knew a few people that had like different ones. I think my partner may have got the cat ears one. I feel like that happened. He definitely got the anime one. Beaver's a pyromaniac. That's fine. He got a few of the different ones that like change how they look and stuff like that. I looked at some stuff, but again, I think I've got like 6 mods maximum. The only other one I think I looked at and chose not to was one that like I think Grim told me about it. It makes like their features nicer or something like that. Like you can see more details, but honestly, once they get to like this size, it's irrelevant. So it kind of wasn't worth getting. Added with the biotech DLC. The other thing too is like, could you imagine how dangerous this gameplay for me would be if I had the biotech? Like, my colony would be breeding off the fucking charts. I'd probably have like 400 people by now. And because I don't think much of children, there'd be definitely a lot of like child labor going on. If not, whatever I could do, like child military or something like that. Whatever's the worst possible thing that I could do to RimWorld children would probably be happening. That's for certain. Let's see. All the prison fires are lit. They don't need to be lit. Nobody's in here. Stop that. All the things we love in RimWorld for. And you see a win-win. Oh my god. It's not supposed to be a win-win. Kangaroo's almost recruited. That's almost all of them, actually. That's friggin' wild. That's... I think, if I counted it right, I'm not sure if I did, but it's either... Once I get Kangaroo, number 2, Gatherer, that should be either 116 or 115. I'm not sure if I counted how many prisoners I took properly from today's fight. I just don't know. Are we going for wood? Do we have any surplus wood? Understand that nobody feels like cutting wood in this place. I also like the fact that every time one of these little deers and stuff like that reach adult maturity, they get snuffed off. They're just like, yep, nope, squeals. You just know that there's like a squeal in the background. You're like, yep, that one hit maturity. They're all on their way out. I feel like I just didn't save that frequently while I was fucking around with those chairs. Like, that does look nice to me, though. This is just a goddamn mess. I probably should have, like, just, like, snaked it around the room, but I'm not fucking with it again. Not for a while. I will mess with it in a while, but look at them go. They're actually using it. They're grabbing food. They're close enough to actually grab meals. Nice. Makes me a little bit happy. Seeing this crew out here, like, full on doing like that. One thing I haven't really checked on is, I guess, seeing how like research and other stuff's going. Oh yeah, research was finished. Oh, we got the long range scanner thing. Radio. Get medical production up too. Okay, so where is it? This thing. I need to see here. And also, okay, so that's underneath stuff. That's fine. I don't need that both on. There's an eyesore. Let's see. Production. Thank you. Definitely need some water. I have not been thinking about it at all. I'm going to need to make some space for, like, a brewery and a drug lab and stuff. Where is this? How much does it need? 200. I got 2,000. I could probably sport 3. If I'm lucky. Maybe. Let's see. So, research is to detect a specific type of mineral across planet. The chance to find the resource depends on the operator's research ability. The sensor can be tuned to target a specific resource type. And it consumes a lot. I'm guessing power is probably the last part of that sentence. So, with that in mind, I might put one on either side of this just to be careful, because this side has a fuck ton of power. This side's getting 2. Can I squeeze one here? Can't. Let's put it like that. I think I could deal with a couple of them being along here. You fit there? No. I don't know how close that gets, but if I can squeeze 2 in here, that's 3. Straight off the bat, 3. And if that's pulling power, get rid of that. If it's pulling power, it's pulling it off the one and only grid that requires the least amount of electricity. Because, like, even this one, it's got this area in it. And it's also got, like, a couple of other spots as well, which are not powered, which is why those aren't fucking growing. Holy shit. Is that why I haven't had corn this whole time? Can I seriously just, like, not forget shit like that? Because that's kind of important. Right, I was going to consider making, like, animal beds over there. What was I doing? The scanners. That's right, I'm fucking already distracted. These things, what, they require, like, stools and shit? I don't think of them, honestly, like, full-on chairs. They can have little stools. You get your little wooden stool. That'll do it. I think that's on the wrong end. Hold up. There we go. That's the right end. Get rid of that. So once these get made, I should set them up. I want to set them up first and foremost for steel. As I need more resources, I'll deal with that. I'll change it around. I like seeing all my people are starting to move around the base is pretty good. Ah, this will be where I got corn from last time. I'm surprised. That's still growing even in non-ideal temperatures. Oh, there's a fucking mod for everything, isn't there? That's a pretty good imitation, not gonna lie. Like, legitimately probably could have fooled me. If your name had to come up in a different color, I might have been fooled. Also, if it was probably about 2 words longer, if your name was 2 words longer. Okay, well, those will burn out eventually. Let's get rid of these other ones in the meantime. I don't need them. I'm pretty sure you're probably warm enough. You're recruitable, just nobody's coming to say hello. Oh, look, I'm pretty sure there is pretty much a mod for everything. Like, I'm not ripping on anybody when I say there's probably a mod for that. Like, legitimately, there probably is a mod for that. Like, if... I probably don't know what it's called, but there's probably something out there. Tonnerre is having a food binge. Unless I'm moving this around, so some of the people that are in relationships are being forced to take up other beds, which is good. Honestly, don't mind the white. It's kind of okay. And imagine if I had to use white lights with it, it would have really, like, burst. Nina's in a high mood. Everybody's got tattered apparel, but that's really up to people that can make the clothes to be making the clothes. Alright. Since you guys aren't really good at, like, refueling shit, I'm just going to allow these to get made. Maybe they'll get made, and then we can stop having, like, bed issues. I also do need to make, like, fucking 40 more. The only thing with having, like, a huge colony is bed space. So when I try to move in the future, the biggest issue I'm going to come across is the fact that I won't have enough beds at the new location, and people are going to tantrum about it. So what I'm going to need to do eventually is I'm going to need a dedicated space where I can make just sleeping bags. Grasshoppers and a work fancy. So what I'm thinking about